Okay then, good evening YouTube, or sorry, afternoon YouTube and Twitch. This is Harmony Muse, back with Final Fantasy XIV. Today we're going to we're not taking a break from the main story quest. I have to do a dungeon for it, which requires me to go through the Sunken Temple of Karn. I am currently playing a DPS, so it's going to take me a while to get that queue through. So while we're waiting on that queue to pop, I'm going to go ahead and do another rather entertaining side story that they brought us in in 2.1 called the Manderville side quest. Well, just wait until you see this. This was one of the more glorious things to come out of the side stories in Inner Realm Reborn. Zagurmod is at wit's end. Businessman would have you help her. I see you've been as busy as a bee. Seems half the whispers that come my way relate to your coming and going. Been quite the active type you are. I reckon you'd be interested in investigating some queer rumors, am I right? Again, British English, that means strange, not gay. But before that, let me ask, ever heard of a man named Hildebrand? Have you heard of Hildebrand before? Unfortunately. Oh, don't mean to say you know the bugger. I know he thought himself famous, but thinking it don't make it true. Shame he had to go and get himself killed. All that nonsense about stopping Dalamud himself. What in the seven hells was he thinking? At least it was mercifully quick. Still, judging from the depth of the crater, he must have fallen from an unfathomable height. Gods only know what was going through his mind when he watched the ground rush up to meet him. Amazing how well the body was preserved, though. Hell, it was amazing there was a body left to bury at all. I had a reason for bringing this up. Right, so, Nashu, Hildebrand's assistant, has since become an inspector in her own right. At present, she's investigating the queer rumors I mentioned earlier. She's a sweet lass, bit daft, but sweet nonetheless. So when I hear she's at wit's end, I want to help. Thing is, I prefer to meddle in the affairs of the living. Zombies are most definitely not my forte. So if you're willing, I'd be grateful if you lent her a hand. As for where to find her, she's like to visit Hildebrand's grave in the Lich Yard when she's frustrated. Try looking for her there first. Which means going to Western Thanalin. Eastern Thanalin. I didn't expect the queue to be that... Well, of course it's going to be that short. The weekly tombstone limits have reset literally today. So everybody and his next door neighbor are in queue right now. So we might be back to 2.0 a lot quicker than I thought. Or 2.1 rather. Well, I have no problem admitting I'm wrong. Now, I had an interesting moment happen yesterday. I was going through doing a little bit of unlocking for Odin last night in Gridania when Out of nowhere, somebody walked up to me and waved and started talking at me. And they mentioned that they've watched my YouTube videos and that they had been wanting to meet me in game. And that really blew me away. That I had one of my people who come to watch me, a fan, came in and said hello to me in game, and that they liked liked what I was doing. So to Saiki Sukimori, I hope I'm not butchering your name. Thank you very much for coming and saying hello. I really appreciate it. You know, it's people like you that make the hours I put into this so much worth it. Oh, if only you were still alive, Inspector. You'd know how to stop these zombies. Ah, you there. Could it be? You've come to offer your services to me? Oh, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nashu, Agent of Inquiries, Extraordinary Inspector. At least, that's what I'm trying to be. It's not as easy as he made it look. Inspector Hildebrand was a great man, a real hero. We traveled the world, me and him, solving cases and thwarting evil. No matter the mystery, you could always count on the inspector to solve it with grace and style. But then there was the final case. The case of the century, he called it. How to stop the Red Moon from destroying the world. To save us all, he flew into the sky, and all I could do was watch. But then he came back down, and he... Don't give me an echo now, right when I'm waiting for a dungeon pop. This is a joke, a big funny joke, right, Inspector? Any moment now you'll burst out of the ground and shout, "Surprise! Had you fooled, eh?" And we'll laugh and laugh. Denial, the first stage of grief. Hildebrand Manderville, beloved son. They say no one remembers the warriors of light, their faces, their names, all gone forever. But I remember you, Inspector. No, Gentleman Hero Hildebrand. I wonder how hard it is to get cat snot out of a sleeve. I can never be the hero you were, but I'll do my best to try. Did she just take her clothes off on top of a grave? What the fuck is wrong with you, lady? I, Nashu, Inspector Extraordinaire, will carry on your legacy. And our tank. What the fuck? Yep. The tank legitimately failed on us. Or just left the... Okay, they're telling me tank. I'm a samurai. I'm not that strong. We got our tank. But what we just saw was the Queen Mother of dick moves. The tank, rather than wanting to do Karn, left to eat a 30-minute dungeon lockout because they would rather deal with that than deal with Sunken Temple of Karn. Fair warning, I might do a little bit of cursing over that happy horse shit. Because you don't fucking do that. I mean, I will be the second person to leave a dungeon, but I will never be the first, especially if I'm tanking. I mean, tanks or DPS are a dime a dozen. You will never be having to worry about not having enough tank or damage dealers. Tanks? You know, that's a job. You got an obligation there. I mean, you got a responsibility to make sure people get out of there alive. And if you're going in and just walking out before even trying, you are abandoning everybody who's there to rely on you. A book that the healer might be able to use. I hope they can. Remember, always kill the bees first in here because they will make you die horribly. Okay. I'm actually liking what I'm seeing as far as Dark Knight. The powers look fairly cool, and the person, you know, came in at a really good sport there. No bonus points for that for that character name though. Love Organ, really? Bird. And the tank knows his job. He's keeping it right where the wasps spawn. Off and okay, I have no problems at all with this tank because he is keeping the party alive through my attacking. He's got my respects. We may be running a bit slow, but I'd rather have slow and living than fast and dead. Now get him on the rock. Good. Oh, good tank. Good tank. Okay, having, you know, up until 50, having mained warrior, I've got nothing but respect for a competent tank. Okay, so I have my first send combo, but all I've got is Higanbana. Oh, that's a DOT. I should be using that. I'm being an idiot. I wasn't paying attention to the fact that it has a dot on it. We are doing this fairly well so far. We haven't died once. The only problem we had was the jackass tank who was with us the first time. Left before I was even finished loading into the dungeon. That's a dick move. I should actually be using that combo, because that's a 60-second dot. Good lord. I've not been playing Samurai properly. Whoopsie daisy. Good pull. Okay. We remember this guy from tanking him. Usually it takes 3 rotations to kill this guy. We got you. We got you. You know, Vidi Vici Veni. We saw we can't. Well, no, we won't go there. Never mind. Hey, fan. I'm running Karn right now, as you can tell. Had a bit of a problem. First tank we got in here with decided they didn't want to run the dungeon. Failed before I was even finished floating in. It's a completely different experience DPSing than tanking. You know, all I'm really having to take care of is making sure I don't hose my rotations and making sure I keep my dots up. Not me when I'm not having to be a situationally where I can actually look around and enjoy how amazingly beautiful the dungeons look. Okay, and the Mikuru and Ruby are obviously together. I don't mean together in the romantic sense, but they're sharing a last name, so they're either family or a couple. Well, I guess that's technically family. We didn't get him far enough on the... back just a hair. No more of that avoirdupois crap. Ow. Okay. Hello, everybody. Good to see so many people watching. Glad to have you. I don't remember what order to do these in. Okay. And we've got to fight this Emperor, I believe it was. Oh, the Adjudicator. Not sure why, but this reminds me of an old 1960s Scooby-Doo episode where they had this curse of this ancient Mayan king or some shit. They looked a lot like that, but was using the most ignorant name, calling himself Bamba Samba, and I am not even making this up. Oh, they got it. Gotta love Braver. Good old limit break. Fish of the Sixth Sun. We're gonna give it. I'm gonna give my commendation to Love Organ. Because, well, I didn't want to go for the Fist of the Sixth Sun, but hey, I've got a level 30 plus monk weapon the next time I decide, or if I ever decide to go pugilist. Woohoo. Hey. Now, with that done, we can leave Manderville aside for now and go back to doing the 2.1 story quest. So we needed to speak to Slaffmorn, who was outside where we had the Magitech when we were working on stealing it. You'll have to explore the sunken temple of Carnifear to find a ward stone. Succeed and earn the undying gratitude of the Adventurer's Guild. Fail, and Thal will reward you in the next life. You found a ward stone? Incredible! Ah, can you not feel the power that emanates from this humble stone? Not really. Ah, just like a Lamenson, practical to a fault. Let me tell you. There is more true magic than you credit in taking all possible precautions. One thing's for certain. That temple managed to stymie more explorers than ordinary dangers can account for. If any of that can be attributed to this stone, then it's Scarlians and Beastmen who'll have to settle their accounts with the gods. And there is a... Okay, I have a 37 choker. We don't want the choker... Okay. That's the... tanking choker, that's the... Okay, that's the... rogue choker. No, that's... Maybe... Oh. That's the dragoon choker, this is the monk and Sam choker. I remember when Darklight was considered really, really good gear. The item level 70 stuff. That you would work your ass off to get it. Back when the best you had at level 50 that you were given from your job quest was level 55 stuff. You weren't given the level 90 version of the armor. That was the high-end raid gear back when I first started this game. Now, oh, Sark Malark wants me. What do you want, buddy? Crate go kaboom. Sark Malark is... Okay. Ah, it is most welcome to see you again. Look at the hustle and bustle of adventurers. Where there were but rocks not long ago. As one of those who have been here since the beginning, I am humbled by the sight. Yet none of us can be full glad, for the Garlean forces nearby like not our bustle at all, and our hustle even less. Bustle, though. That actually means ass. Because back in the Victorian era dresses, to make the ladies' backsides look larger, they had something called a bustle pad. They seek to move us soon, and we are all but certain. There is no idle speculation. 3 steel-bound crates of the familiar type were delivered to Castrum Sentry not 2 days ago. The contents are no doubt arms. To defend the land they hold? To take what we hold? Neither is a particularly attractive prospect, you must admit. I propose a third outcome that is less like to claim lives. If you would aid me, destroy the crates and their contents now. Use these explosives I had rushed from the Alchemist's Guild. They will do the job. Who better to make this attempt than you, who once walked undetected into Castrum Sentry? 12 speed your way, sister adventurer. This time, instead of sneaking in, I'm walking right in the goddamn front door. Checking something really quick. There was a quest I had for that, though. Did I... Standing it down. Oh, standing... Oh, right. That's for doing Crystal Tower. That's something we're going to do offline. Alucard to Draco. Not sure if reference to old Hammer Dracula movies, a reference to the Helsing anime, or if a reference to Castlevania. Either way, unoriginal name is unoriginal. Hello guys, screw all of ya. Aw, ain't that cute? He thinks he's a danger to me. But like I said, the Manderville was to... quest chain that I was going to be doing was to keep time between doing... or while I was waiting for Karn to pop. Karn popped so much faster than I expected by a factor of about 30 minutes. Overkill time. Crate fall down, kaboom. I'm sorry, crate go kaboom. Okay. Now time to go speak to Sark Malark. I still say that name sounds kind of sort of like baby talk. The rate I'm going, I'm going to have to drop everything and do my level 52 Sam quest soon. Ain't complaining about that. I'm actually happy I can do it. For what little I remember about Warrior, it specifically said I had to be in Heavensward content before I could go do my level 52 Warrior quest. But we're not going to worry about that anymore, are we? Having too damn much fun doing the samurai thing. Okay, Mr. Malarkey, let's see what you got for me. We could hear the explosions. I knew you would make a success of it. This should draw the Garlean sting for a while, but not for too long. We must be vigilant for... However did I afford such quality munitions, you ask? Oh, you needn't concern yourself with such trivial details. Nevertheless, your stealth and compassion are appreciated in equal measure. I am a lucky man indeed to be part of this fellowship. Adventures, one and all! Okay, I'll take your money. I got no problem taking your money. And... I ain't even gonna try to pronounce this. Wolgheim? Better late than never. Rings. Item level 70 rings, which have no use to me whatsoever because I've already got them. Supply carriage to Revenant's Toll is late. Okay. Well now, and the nick you are, lass. Again, showing up just when you're needed. I'm waiting on a supply carriage from Gridania. It should have been here by now, even if they stopped the spell and Fallguard float to wet their whistles. The carriages always pass through the North Shroud. Here, Stretch those strong legs some, why don't you? Go ask the wood whalers over in the float if they've seen something. Wall guard float? Roger that. FedEx quests, but it's all FedEx quests with a plot and story. I'll give them credit for that. A supply carriage bound for Revenant Stoll hasn't come through here, I can tell you that. But maybe it's the same one? We just received word of an XIV attack on a carriage, you see. Seems like too much of a coincidence, but you never know. May as well have a look, eh? You'll find one of our men on the scene. The carriage was waylaid on the road just east of here. East. Probably going to send me up into the Proud Creek area, more than like. Chocobos are fine. The carriage doesn't look even too remotely broken. This looks like the people are gone and the ship was stolen. Hello, what do we have here? An adventurer by the 12 and a suitably gaunt one. As you can see, a few gentlemen of the road, or gentle birds if you must, ambushed this carriage. Took the cargo and both coachmen. How's that for a day's work? Gentleman of the road was a polite way of saying a bandit back in the day. The tracks lead to an XIV logging grounds to the north. You look a hungry sort. How about it? Will you rescue the coachman and recover those provisions? Absolutely. Okay, since we're here, we're finding stuff in the area where we're supposed to be. Might as well get my kill on. Well, we found our stuff. Aw, ain't that cute? You think you're a threat to me. I could get used to that Midari Setsugeka. That's just... And to think at level 52, I get an ability that randomly allows me to up the damage of it by 25%. You're a little cheeky shit. Got their stuff. Well, 2 pieces of it. Now we got to get back over here. Because I'm not here for the fate. And because the fate is level synced down to 50, and I'm 51, I don't have to worry about these things molesting me. Ooh, I thought I was done for. These supply runs are getting a little too interesting for my tastes. I best get out of here before the birdmen come back in force. Many thanks, and try not to get killed. There's the other coachman and Ellison, right? That's their silly word for elves. Thank you for freeing me, stranger. I can manage alone from here on. I shall await your safe return at the carriage. 12 speed your way, adventurer. Now time to GDFO. I realize it's a repeated texture, but stopping and actually being able to see wood grain on the wood, even if it is, like I said, a simple tiled over texture. They did very well with this game, graphically and musically. But how could they not do well musically with the Final Fantasy? We are both in your debt, good adventurer. I shudder to think what fate the XIV had in mind for us. You seek provisions meant for Revenant's Toll? It pains me to say, but this is all that remains. The carriage is in no state to resume the journey, nor are the chocobos. We shall have to arrange another transport. Would you take word back to... well... yeah, I'll take word back to her. But this is all for setting up because, again, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are moving here. This is to justify back from 2.0 to 2.5. This, or until Heavensward launched, this was the main central endgame hub. Where everybody got their, where I got all the crap ton of quests to go do the dungeons, where I got this, that, and the other. It's also where Rowena, or where you could trade in your tomestones back in the day for level appropriate gear. Attacked by the Exali? Well, roll me in stardust and dash me from the sky. Not that I ought to be surprised, mind you. Gossips fleet where adventurers sleep, and I've heard talk of the primals waking. Beastmen won't let a sleeping primal lie, will they? But never mind that. You did well enough saving those two coachmen. I'd go put some meat on your bones with that reward. Looking far too thin you are. That's two people who said I was looking thin. Welcome to Morbull Country. Oh dear, what am I doing here? Bracelets. And I've got a 120 bracelet because I was lazy and impatient. What to do, what to do? Ah, mayhap you can cut through this knot of ours. Revenant's Toll grows, yet does not prosper. We draw adventurers from far and wide, or rather the Allegan ruins draw them. So busy are they collecting tomestones and relics, that they have no time for calls from the Adventurers Guild. I fear that many who come to the toll have no sense that we are a guild. You visit Rowena's establishment, do you not? That's the kind of bustle and camaraderie I'd like to see at the guild. Now, tales of your daring do are certainly known to all. You're the genuine article, and I humbly ask for you to render some service to us in this matter. If you're to rid the wilds of the seedkin that threaten the toll's expansion, it might inspire some fledgling guildmates to do the same. Those laboring on the outpost frontier are being attacked by morbolls coming through the tangle. I would have you help keep the workers safe by slaying them before they've had a chance to leave their wretched home. Once others see such a storied adventurer such as you working to expand Revenant's Toll, they shall surely be inspired to do the same. Oh, Morble Country. Well, let me actually check something really quick. I do believe that's another reference to smoking and cigarettes. Yep. That was actually an old Marlboro motto for decades. Welcome to Flavor Country. And now they've got it, welcome to Morble Country. Okay, that's a bit meta there. And a wee bit preachy, I would say. You know, I'll be honest, I don't like smoking. But my life, or what you do in your life, what you choose to do with your body is none of my fucking business. You see, I am nobody's boss, I am nobody's parent, and I am certainly nobody's elected official or deity. So it is not my place to tell anybody what to do. Okay. Wait, while I'm here, I might as well go ahead and take a quick change on the title card. I thought I would be doing Manderville most of the day while waiting for that queue to pop. I was wrong. Speaking of which, I need to put another queue up. Okay, let's go ahead and get the level... Okay, level 50 dungeons going. 30-minute wait time, okay. While we're waiting for that, I'm going to take a quick moment, update my title card. Okay, that's updated. This way I can at least be profitable, get XP and tomestones while I'm doing my normal stuff. Ah, the Adventurers Guild has marked the completion of their request for aid and honors your service. Already, the toll buzzes with your talk of your valiant excursion into the Tangle. Not a few adventurers have chosen to help the frontier. Know that the Scions will hear of your success. Nothing I need. Also, I'll take the bronze. What do you have for me now, buddy? Answering the call. When a man like Slaffborn thinks well of you. You are want to find. Okay. Ah, I forgot to mention before. I received word from the guild that they've seen more adventurers take up job requests in the last few days than in the past month. Ha, but of course, one good turn leads to another, we hope. There's a job that might be too much for those who have expressed an interest. We'd like you to handle this one before an unprepared adventurer meets an untimely end. We've received word from a scouting party we sent to the Singing Shards that a group of hoplites is making passage impossible. Someone needs to take care of them so the scouts can make progress. Not that I have no faith in the other volunteers, but I suspect few of them have stood against a hoplite. Ignominy isn't something we can afford at the present. We have appearances to keep up if we are to maintain our growth after all. A seasoned adventurer like you ought to know that a bad reputation's like a bad breath. No one will ever speak frankly of what ails you. Remember, all of this is couched in, you know, insinuating myself well with the Adventurers Guild and doing busy work to make things easier for when the scions move here. Now, you might hear some loud noise. I apologize for that. My cousin, who I'm most grateful for, has taken it upon himself to mow our yard. See... How many of these do I need to kill? 3? That's all. Just 3. That never gets old. But yeah, unlike other games where it's go out and kill 10 of these, bring their toes back to me or bring their teeth back to me. In this, they actually give a reason and a good story reason for why I'm doing it. It's not just go bring me 10 bear asses. You hear that term a lot because that was a common weakness of questing in early World of Warcraft. It's still a problem for people going through mid-level content, specifically the Burning Crusade or blah blah blah. The next one, the Frozen Throne. No, Frozen Throne was Warcraft 3. Wrath of the Lich King. Sorry. I'm sorry, it's been a while. But the quests there were very boring, very repetitive. Here, they're giving you a reason why you're doing stuff. They get you emotionally involved. Now, that's, again, as much as you put into... You get out as much as you put in. I could skip all of this stuff if I wanted to. You return, and looking none the worse for wear, I rejoice to remark. Your reputation precedes you yet again. The seventh heaven is abuzz with talk of your deeds. We've already signed up a score or more to answer further requests from the guild. Revenant toll grows and prospers, to the benefit of the guild and the scions. Did I not tell you there is much magic in being prepared? And you notice they're also giving gear there. Now, because I have, as a samurai, I've got all of my main body gear given to me, except for the belt. I really am going to need to replace that. I don't know if I get a belt from this or not. I'm assuming I do. Weapons. None of that is going to be worth anything to me because I got item level 70 weapons at that. None of that's going to be worth anything to me because my Uchigatana is level 115. Slapworn seems okay. I can't tell you how grateful we are to have you here. Now more than ever, we've a major crisis on our hands, you see. One which will demand our full attention for weeks, if not months. I'm sorry. If you've made any other plans, you'll just have to cancel them. You honestly believed me, didn't you? There's such a thing as being too long suffering, you know. I fear we may have overdone it with the errands, necessary as they were. They're even making fun of the fact that it was busy work. That's good. Anyway, your work here is done. For the time being, Master Alphino has sent word that you were to report to him at the Waking Sands. I gather he wants to know what you've been getting on, or how you've been getting on. Be sure to tell him how welcome we've made you feel, won't you? Okay, back to the wake, or back to Olda first. That's not the normal Olda music. That's the normal Olda music. Oh, my gear's good. And it's really surprising how much of a change that gear does in this game. I mean, when I first made 50 as a warrior, the things that I'm just cleaving through now, I would have had a problem with. Now, I don't know how much of that is the fact that I think samurai do far more damage than they should. Or at least to my limited perception, they feel like they do. Or if it's because I've played a tank so long, I had little grasp of just the overall damage capacity of a DPS class. Was that a level? Oh, God. Power Gamer. Or, sorry. That was a bot. I hate bots. When you hear the term bot used, it's generally a term for somebody who's using a program that to play the game when he's not at the keyboard, or to control the game or multiple characters at once. Well, in most of your online games, it's not so much the province of the lazy as the province of the gold seller, because they have to get several characters up to 50 or up to cap and generating income quickly, because they're always constantly getting banned and banned and banned. Ah, you've returned. I trust they've kept you busy at Revenant's Toll? We've had nary a moment's rest since you departed. Despite our best efforts, we've begun to fall behind. No matter, we shall soon make up lost ground with you here to help us. Now, there are a number of packages which must need be delivered to Revenant's Toll as a matter of urgency. Don't give me that long-suffering look. I only require you to take them upstairs to Tataru. She will handle the rest. The packages are scattered about the halls, but each is clearly labeled, so you should have little trouble finding them. Now, if you'll excuse me, your report? Later. Later. So he's basically flobbing me off, so he doesn't actually have to do work. Yeah, but there's a reason they keep doing it, though, Mom. They wouldn't do it if they didn't make money off of doing it. I mean, they pay for each account that they make. At least in this game they do. They pay for this, they pay for that. And yet they keep getting banned and banned and banned. Hell, last week Square Enix had a notice that they banned, like 20 or like 10,000 plus accounts that people had been using for gold selling. When you think about that, 10,000 accounts, it costs $19.99 American to get a copy of the game. Multiply that by 15,000. And that's a good rough estimate of how much money has gone in to Square from people, or for those accounts that all got banned. And yet they keep doing it. Somebody is buying all of this money. Else they wouldn't be tossing so much real world money at it. So while I'm really upset at gold sellers for, for ruining City Chat, it's not them I'm truly upset at. It's the people that are enabling them. Ooh, there's so much to do, so much to do. At this rate, we'll never get to Revenant's Toll. Well, here's your packages, so calm down, you little lady. Bless your heart, I had completely forgotten about those. Let me check those labels against my list. Oh, these are the last ones. Thank the 12. It's almost... Oh dear, I did contact that courier, didn't I? It just so happens that I've been meaning to contact you. I have an important personal request, you see, which I couldn't possibly address to anyone else. You've either got a trident, a war axe, claws, or a longsword. None of that means jack diddly to me, so I'm going to take the calf and crystals. Preparing for the move has been taking a terrible toll on everyone's physical and mental well-being. People have been carrying on for days with barely any food or drink, never mind rest. People have been too busy to visit the privy, for God's sakes. Privy is what they used to call the toilet back in the day. I try to lift their spirits, but encouraging words simply aren't enough anymore. Given that nothing short of hitting them over the head with something heavy will persuade them to rest, my only remaining option is to try improving their diet. I know just how to, with a special tonic proven to revive flagging spirits. But for that, I require Highland tea leaves, and the one merchant I know who sells them is completely out of stock. Harvesting them myself isn't an option either, as the plant only grows in Kurthis, and I'm in no position to leave the Waking Sands at present. But you are. And since you now understand how important this is, you'll surely agree to assist me. Great. I'll take the silence as a yes. No, you should take the silence as, what the hell are you thinking, kid? I learned the recipe from an Ishgardian acquaintance of mine who serves at Camp Dragonhead. Medgusti's her name. She'll know where to obtain Highland Dragon tea leaves. I'm sure of it. Godspeed. Tripping over my own tongue today. So now the busy work has us going to... And they admit that it's busy work, but they give justification for it. Even if it's sort of flimsy that, oh, I need you to go get tea leaves so I can help everybody. But that makes sense in character because of how neurotic Tataru is. Now, that is absolutely 100% in character for her. Now, there's a face I shan't soon... Now, there's a face I shan't soon forget. Not after all the chaos you left in your wake. 'Twas for the best, of course, but still. Tataru sent you in search of Highland tea leaves. Had you come but a few bells sooner, I would have given you my remaining supply. Alas, you did not, and now I have none. Where did I acquire my stock? Emmanuel, where else? He sells more than wines and spirits, after all. Ring around the rosy. As ever, it is a pleasure to serve such an esteemed personage as yourself. Alas, I cannot furnish you with that I do not have. I know not when my next shipment will arrive, but I fear it will not be soon. Assuming you can't afford to wait, might I humbly suggest you consider harvesting the leaves yourself. If you travel to Boulder Downs and scour the riverbanks, you should have no trouble finding the plants. The real challenge will be keeping the local fauna at bay while you set about picking the tea. But what are mere beasts to the brave adventurer who fought at Lord Horschafont's side? You can see they're on 2.1 as well. We've been running into them and running into them. I mean, again, this is a completely 100% in character for Totoro. So while it is busy work, it's hilarious. And the real damn shame is, people who come to this game from World of Warcraft, where it's considered habit to skip through all the text dialogue and just get to doing, would miss that. They would miss the humor in this. They would just see the busy work and not see the hilarity. That makes me feel bad for people like that. You know, too busy to stop and smell the pun-laden roses. How much you want to bet when we finally get there, we find that this is entirely the wrong kind of tea? See, that is one of the things that really sets this game apart to me. Is Naoki Yoshida, the director of this game, really came up with brilliant ways to make it engaging. Oh, I got jumped. Okay. You want to play? Say hello to my pointy friend. I mean, they managed to make the classic FedEx quests into crap. They managed to make the classic FedEx quest interesting and fun. Because I'm not just going around collecting plants, I'm doing it to make tea so she can lift the spirits of the hardworking people packing up all the crap to leave. Now it's time to get back to Tataru. Which means Ulda again. But mind you, this whole time, I'm enjoying myself. Even if it is technically busy work. And it looks like at the rate I'm going, I'm going to be in my dungeon before I get back to the Waking Sands. See, and that's something to consider when you're playing a game like this and you're a damage dealer. Play smarter, not harder. If you got something to do for a while, go ahead and put yourself in queue. Or don't just sit around, get stuff done. I'm sure once I get to Heavensward or Stormblood content, my feeling of being crazy overpowered will change, and quickly. Yep. Already down to 6. They're going fast. Because of how quickly that queue is going, I'm going to wait before I speak to Tataru. You know, better safe than sorry. Being the bull in the china shop here. Probably just as well there wasn't destructible terrain because, well, yeah. And there's Noricor Picansis. Iceheart, what are you from, my friend? I don't think I've seen you before. Actually, take a look at what minions I have at this point. Odin, wind up leader. Oh, right, I can do leader. Oh, right, I can do that. A wind up Melvin. That's cute. Okay. They do literally nothing other than stand there and look cute. Oh, and she's walking around with her pistols. That's awesome. And she's doing the Naruto run with them. That's amazing. Hey, just one more. A queue popping at under 30. That's actually going to be new for me. Probably because it's Tuesday. And of course that last one is taking a while to go. It happens. I ain't tripping on it. And that would be my cousin you're hearing. We're appreciative of him doing that because we don't have a riding lawnmower, and with how out of shape I am and how sickly my mother is, either of us going out there, we would probably end up keeling over. Now it's been... Okay, the first 49 went in 24 or 25 minutes. For that last one, I've been waiting 3.5. Figure that one out. Anyway. The more I do research on it, the more I'm beginning to actually be glad that I got out of the tanking business. Because there's this new special tanking stat that we're supposed to have been adding in Stormblood that, from what people have been saying, doesn't work. It's supposed to increase or decrease the damage dealt to you, increase the healing incoming, and the damage outgoing. But the amount that you get with good gear at level 70... it's such that you maybe get a 5% notice or a 5% change in any of those stats. You know, an appreciable difference, but still negligible. But then again, back in the day, parry was conceded ass as well. I don't know if that's still the case. We were at 25. Now we're 5 minutes waiting at Q.1. Shit happens. Now, if I would have just talked to Totter, I'd have been done with that now. Here we go. Let's see where we're going today. Please don't be Wanderer's Temple hard. Or Wanderer's Palace hard. I failed that horribly last night when I was trying it on my own. Oh, this looks like it's going to be Amdapor of some sort. Amdapor... Oh, Lost City of Amdapor. I haven't actually finished this ever. And that's the tank, and... oh... I think our tank might be under-geared. Hellel. Okay. Little bit of a Hebrew lesson. The fallen angel, commonly referred to as Lucifer, that wasn't the actual Greek name. Look at the angelic names for the other archangels. Gabriel, Michael, Uriel, Raphael, Azrael. Lucifer was known properly in Hebrew as Hellel. This guy is claiming to be fucking Satan. So I have a Kenki gauge now. Okay, I don't see it. I'm not seeing my Kenki gauge because I'm also tier locked. This is new content to me. I've never done Lost City of Amdapur before. Ow. But yeah, that's legitimately what that character's name means, is Lucifer. And you can blame me knowing that, not even on video games, even though it is brought up in Shin Megami Tensei. But being a study of literature and myth. Basically, you can blame it on me being a big friggin' nerd that I know that. That looks like a Goobu from hell. I don't know the mechanics, but I know basic dungeon strategy. Ow. Help. Get me out of this. Thank you, fellas. $1,960. That was a good hit. Okay. Crap. Well, we came, we saw, we kicked his ass. What do we get from it? Dragoon boots. Item level 70 Dragoon boots. Translation, crap I don't need. Oh, I had that one coming. I shouldn't have tried tanking. I should have kept my target on the same one as the warrior, or as the paladin. I was inadvertently being that guy. Well, that was extraordinarily painful. Okay. Props for you looking old school there, man. I got nothing but respect for... Okay. All of this being held together by what looks like spider is creepy. Ariosh, okay. Okay, stay out of the... $1,500, not too bad. Oh, more ranch boomerang. Let's see what we get for this. Poetics and crap I don't need. Crap I don't need. Whetstones, which were amazing back in the day. I think they were used for making raid gear. Could be wrong. Yeah, that paladin straight up lost stagger off the bat. Okay. But this looks cool. This is some trippy stuff here. Amdapor. No, didn't know this was connected to part of the Amdapor from before. Dart-like. Oh, level 70 tanking earrings. Not bad. That went pretty well. Hey, this boss, I don't remember. I think it was... Oh, I've never done this dungeon, so I don't really remember what it is. I heard it was Diablos. Diablos. Tweet, 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 tweet. Absolutely generating more aggro than... And we made it. Woohoo. And the healer didn't even stop for... Oh, man. There's Chris. Tank gear and filtered water. Healer didn't even stop to check for comms. That's a shame. Okay, and that's... Oh my god, it's already been 2 hours. Well, shit. Okay, there's the Kenki gauge. Well, let's go speak with Tataru. I'm at my wit's end. The tonic is the Scion's only hope. Without it, I don't know what will become of us. Please, you have to find those leaves. Here you go, little lady. You brought them! You really brought them! Oh, thank you so much! There's no time. I shall begin brewing without delay. A drop of honey, a sprig of mint, aloe extract just so. A tincture of tea, no more than a hint, to buoy my beloved bow. Nick's eyes and flan flesh ground to a paste. Fresh ogre awful for the fresh ogre awful. Nice little cutaway there when you were talking about putting ogre guts into the tea, you sickle. The news! I knew there was something I'd forgotten to mention. Ill tidings, as ill can be. Another crisis in the making. Dun dun dun. Well, let's see what your ill tidings are. A messenger from the Twin Adder come to the Waking Sands while you were in Kurthus. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be the Ixal have summoned Garuda again? Or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighting it in the Shroud? Whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. I know exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be Good King Moogle Y'all are in for a treat tonight, I'm telling you. I am not even kidding. That is one of the most hilarious primal trials I have ever done, was the Good King Moogle one. You will see why when we get there. The first time I ran that, I had a hard time focusing because I was too busy laughing my ass off at the background music. Spot the bots. Wrong way. Now before we go, I am going to go check on my level 52 samurai quest. Because why not? I don't think I've ever finished that one. I remember the one time I tried running it as a tank and kept telling everybody I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this dungeon before. About a week after it came out. People were raging at me because you didn't watch the videos? See, I'm very much a learn by doing sort of person. And you really can't do that with watching a video. Now, I do agree that in many of the harder dungeons and bosses in these games, that it does make sense to watch the videos so you do know what you were doing, because some of the mechanics can be a lot more complicated. So let's see what Muso Sai says now. Scanning the area in anticipation of your arrival, the Sands of Death. Ah, Wilhelmina, it is good to see you again, and stronger for your tireless training. I forgot, I gave him a softer voice. Now then, within the sandblasted walls of this city, we have identified an evil that wants for excising, an unscrupulous moneylender who preys upon the poor. This I learned by plying a certain businessman with coin. Oh, wait, that was Momozigo. Apparently, the crook in question has been doing his rounds at the Stone's Throw. He charges exorbitant rates on the meagerest sums, and those unable to return it in full are forced into slavery. This is no man, but a leech who feeds off the least fortunate among us. Such evil cannot be suffered. Let us head to this shanty town, Storm's Blow, and speak with the denizens. Is that going to be a running gag that he fucks up the name with everything? Because I admit that is, you know, sort of charming. A Lalafell with a Mikote name. What the Paper Baggins. Okay, I'm not even upset. That's hilarious. Okay, anyway, we're calling it here. I got stuff I got to do. I got mail to go get. I got trash cans to bring in. Because I know, with my cousin out there mowing, if I don't get those cans in, my mother's going to hear about it, and then I'm going to hear about it. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. This has been Harmony Muse. I will be back later tonight, and good lordy, tune in, because it's going to be amazing. Anyway, have a good one.